Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
You're a really dull class.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring.
Biden crime family.
Wait, you're getting nervous, man.
How dare you?
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
You're wrong.
Puerto Rico. I will never apologize for standing up for an LBT. I intend to resign as party leader. LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
As prime minister. The level of admiration I actually have for China.
Oh, son of a...
But he called her a third-rate politician. He said there are communists involved and you guys might like that.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Shut up, silly woman. America will never be a socialist country.
I'm in trouble.
America was founded on liberty and independence and not government coercion, domination, and control.
To collapse the liberal international order. He is the smartest man I know. You know the thing.
It's the Donald! Oh my God!
No, but I mean, it's not about, I know.
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
Called the wrap-up smear.
It's estimated that 200 million people have died. Probably by the time I finish this talk.
Please clap.
Welcome. Absolute pleasure to have you here. We have so many tabs, so let's get moving. ABF, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I am full of chili and homemade Oreos again today.
Part of a balanced diet. Beautiful. Magnum, how you doing, buddy?
I am fucking fantastic. I swear.
Lovely. Fucking fantastic. Hayden, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I've been playing a lot of Digimon. I really like it. The game's great. Yeah, that's consumed all of my time.
And thank you for doing the fuck, marry, kill list that I had asked for for Digimon.
Absolutely.
It's very enlightening.
Listen, I was going to say it on stream, but by the time that I was ready to say it, everybody had moved on. So I just threw it in the chat for you real quick.
It's beautiful. ABF will never believe it. Me and Hayden would fuck the same Digimon. Angelmon or whatever her name is. DTF, girl.
Yep.
I thought there's like a goth version, right?
Oh yeah. So that's Beal Starmon.
That's the one everyone you're thirsting over now, right?
Like, she has 2 revolvers, rides a motorcycle, like she's fucking awesome. And her top only covers the top half of her boobs.
Under boob.
Oh no.
And you've just got a ton of under boob and tummy. Yeah.
That is so disappointing.
So I'm marrying that one.
I like under boob. Wait, you're marrying that one? Oh, yeah, that was the one you're marrying. And the kill, you picked a good kill. He looked really
Numemon, yeah. the weird poopy slime Digimon, yeah.
All right, now that's all of the Digimon talk allotted for tonight's stream. Yes. We have all of the tabs to get into, and the first one I'd almost kind of forgotten. Did you guys remember we're currently in a super important, dangerous government shutdown? Did anyone notice?
So the only reason I noticed is because I have people online that I know that work in the military that are very upset that they're not getting paid right now. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, that's
soldiers aren't getting paid. That kind of sucks. But also I cheered whenever they shut down the government.
Yeah, hey, soldiers.
Don't threaten me with a good time, you know.
All the commies who care about illegals more than
Less
you.
government?
Yep. We all have to make sacrifices. The soldiers know that.
They want to give the illegals Obamacare while they screw you over at the VA. So let's go ahead and remember who's doing this to you. And I think they'll probably realize it. Now, we're in Civil War 2. Or are we?
Bullshit.
Find out. All right. So Alex Jones has been predicting what we're currently going through for quite some time. He was predicting the cities he thought it was going to go on in. And how? How does he know this? Well, he's psychic, obviously. But besides that, it's the Podesta plan. We've talked about it before. What's the worst that could happen? The election will likely spark violence and a constitutional crisis. It's this transition integrity project. They did this one in 2020 for if let's have some different scenarios. That's how they like to do these. That's how they did some of like the lockdown stuff. Let's have like one scenario where we lock down the whole planet and follow exactly that during lockdowns. So there's a scenario where one clearly won, the other side clearly won, and then there's contested elections. So what would happen if it was close? And essentially, they discovered they don't usually put it in these articles. You have to actually look into what went down there, and we're talking secession. We're talking California.
So it's
no longer part of
governors
America.
are actually putting out laws against the federal government.
And then they were going to hold their own election and have their own president. Just full-blown Civil War insurrection.
And I say lock them up.
Oh, don't you worry. We will be getting to designating them a terrorist organization / outlawing them like the Communist Party. I think we're getting close to being about time. So
yeah, no, I am all for if they want to secede, let them fucking secede. They didn't have their own failed country where the United States isn't picking up all of California's deficit in their budget. So I'm okay with that.
I feel like they will secede, and then a lot of parts of those the red parts of those blue states will then also secede.
Worse than that, these blue cities owe us money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Money.
California as a whole, and I've had people arguing with me about this for over 10 years. California as a whole operates on a deficit, and the rest of the United States covers their deficit because they're spending way more money than they're making. They don't have the highest GDP in the United States. They do, but the products that they're shipping out are coming from other states a lot of the time. And they're not making as much money as they're spending. Everybody else is having to take care of them.
There's also the SALT cap or whatever it is too, where they're able to deduct their state taxes from federal taxes. So basically the federal taxpayers are subsidizing the high tax states like California.
Yes.
Yep.
South Hampshire just said it in chat. New York State has been running next to Brooke since 2011. Same with California. Yeah. They're both doing that, and all of the rest of the states in the United States are covering their ass for it.
Biden has been just funneling money to Illinois for his whole career.
That's why they were terrified of all these rich people leaving California too. Is they're no longer going to be paying taxes there, and they were already hurting to begin with. So
California tried to put in a law that if you left the state, they could still continue to tax you for 6 years.
Gary had to
deal forever.
Forever. You know who else does that? The U.S. government.
Yeah.
If you move to a different country, you still have to pay taxes unless you renounce your citizenship.
Yes.
So
that's the dual citizenship charge.
Yeah, I watch some streamers in Japan, and one's American, and he's talked about how much he gets screwed on taxes.
Yep.
And the government does absolutely nothing, and all of it is theft. You can have 3% of my income, and you'll be incredibly grateful for it. I expect gifts, actually. Monthly gift. And you can have
0% of my income. Fuck you, fix the roads.
Yeah, no more Indians sending money back home and shit. Fuck that, man.
There we go. Yes, that's tax remittance 500%. I agree, Magnum.
So I'm lucky that I live in Texas, which doesn't have a state income tax. But because I work in New Mexico, I have to pay New Mexico income tax. And then I still have state property tax that I have to pay. And I also have state property tax that I have to pay in Arkansas because I own property there.
Is your property tax 3% in Texas?
Oh, yeah, it's super low in Arkansas. That's awesome.
Good news. We will be discussing the future of our political system, because it looks like we're heading to civil war, boys, and it's being headed by this 400-pound gentleman J.B. Pritzker. He's going to be on the front lines, leading the charge on whatever poor horse he is riding.
Eating all the hot dogs.
Trump's goal is to use military to confiscate ballot boxes to steal 2026 elections.
Come on.
So this worries me because they always accuse us of what they do. So it kind of worries me. They're about to steal some elections. So he's normalizing the presence of military in cities, like how they've normalized the lack of police in cities, allowing them to use these forces to confiscate ballot boxes and recount votes to alter unfavorable results of the 2026 midterms. Motherfuckers are going to be using the military to steal the midterms.
I actually love that Pritzker has now outed himself as a psychic that can see into the future. I think that's really cool. That psychics are a thing.
Favorable results. Think about that.
Ask again later. All right, now the broader goal, I believe, is the militarization of major American cities. Let me be clear about what's going on in the streets of Chicago. They have dressed ICE and CBP in fatigues, put them in military gear, including with automatic weapons based, and then had them marching up and down major streets in downtown Chicago. It's a signal that they're trying to send that it's okay to have troops on your street, that this would be a welcome thing for people who live in Chicago. I guarantee you ask the average black person, they're going to be happy about it. Nobody here welcomes it, by the way, except for every average black person. I mean, literally, as they're walking down the street, people are yelling at them, but they think they can get people used to this idea. And he goes on, they accuse us of what they want to do. They are the ones who steal elections.
Have you guys seen the video out of that apartment complex that was raided in Chicago the other day? And then, like, everybody started trying to say, "Oh, ICE went in and kicked in the doors and they broke everything.
To get all the
evil. They flooded 2 of the floors with water."
Oh, they said that. I didn't even hear that fake news. The fake news was, "Oh, they're arresting random black people," but no, they're getting all the Latino gangbangers out of there. And Chicago black people, they're not big fans of Latinos because the Latinos moved in to replace them. All the illegals moved into the black neighborhoods. Black people aren't huge fans of the Latinos. Spoiler alert.
So the video I saw was of a black guy that works as one of the like property maintenance men for that apartment complex. And the videos are from a couple of months ago that he was walking through there and showing like the already kicked in doors, the stuff that was like had plywood over it, the fact that the first 2 floors were just flooded with water because all the washing machines were broke and stuff. Like, he showed all of this, and then that was the same stuff that they tried to show and say that ICE did all of it.
Yeah, dude, so all the criminals and gangsters and tenants broke everything, and then the ICE did it.
I worked in North Chicago for 3 years.
Oh, God bless your heart.
Oh my God, all of the shit that you would happen on a weekend just would blow your fucking mind.
Full moons, I imagine, were very fun.
87 people shot at this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, I'm not going anywhere near that shit.
And what do you think? Okay, the people who lived around you, do you think they would be happy with the military being on the streets?
Absolutely. Dude,
right?
60% of all businesses, home-owned businesses were shut down during COVID.
I thought you said homo businesses. Speaking of, shout out Rizkit.
We're not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
But for you, Rizkit, I would consider it. 5 gifties.
And never came back again. Never came back again.
Yeah.
Real quick, when the George Floyd stuff started happening, I pointed out, because everyone's like, oh, the police are being, militarized, this and that. And I couldn't get an actual answer out of anyone what they were being, what was being used against them offensively. Because I told them, I was just pointing out, all these MRAPs and the, vests and stuff like that, it's all protective gear to stop bullets from killing them, right? Which, as a taxpayer, I don't want to have to train people over and over because they die, right? So why are people upset about militarization of the police force?
That's a plate carrier. It means you're going to war.
They're in Chicago.
To be shot.
Like every other person has a Glock switch there.
All right, so Benny actually went out with Secretary Noem, and of course he had to wear the bulletproof vest. Let's get it pulled up here.
It's smart.
Yes, Border Patrol agent looking good. So Eric Swalwell decides to start running his fucking mouth, took the cock out of it, the Chinese cock out of it to type this briefly. I remember when I used to go out with the police on patrols and raids because it was part of my job. What is this cosplaying bullshit? It's called transparency. Did you get that uniform at a Spencer's store? So before we look at Benny, absolutely put him in his place. Any thoughts on Eric, Chinese agent Swalwell?
Yeah, Eric doesn't understand that Benny is actually going into a place where 30 to 50 people are shot every weekend, and we don't even take into account what happens during the week. So maybe it's not a terrible.
Why is he not in prison for being a fucking communist?
No, he was fucking a communist.
No. That's all you. That's all I need to hear, man.
Also, I'm pretty sure he farted while he was typing that out.
He did.
I love that. Everything, no matter what he says, like a third of them are just making fun of him farting. Also, I would like to formally apologize. The first chat to hit this stream tonight, our boy Jake Martin, absolute pre-stream legend. It really means so much. Like, thank you. It takes all the pressure off. The pre-stream, like, gifties and super chats. Oh my god, it means so much. Thank you, Jake. And my favorite part about it is I get to go woo, and of course my second. Hey, Jake just dropped $20. The least. All right. By the time this clip finishes, I expect arms waving.
Attract customers to your business. Make a splash at your next presentation. Keep grandma company. Protect your crops. Confuse your neighbors. African American? Hail a cab. Testify in church or just raise the roof.
Testify!
This is as good as I can do.
It's looking good. It's looking the hair, the little vampire hair is doing it.
the hair.
It's wiggling. And again, shout out Risket. Appreciate you so dang much. All right, now Benny Johnson gonna put this fartswell in his place. DHS asked me to wear this because Democrat domestic terrorists in the area have attacked them with breaksticks, knives, and explosives. Plus, Charlie Kirk was just killed by your side. I saw Democrats assault police today. Many arrested. One of them shit his pants just like you.
I didn't even see that part. That's great.
I love that he threw that little detail in there. He was like, by the way.
Beautiful. All right, that's how you do it. Now, okay, we skipped ahead a little on there. Now back. All right, Civil War. Have any of you guys seen this lovely piece of shit movie?
I've seen it. It is visually really good, but the story makes no sense whatsoever.
Should I watch it to better understand what the Democrats are currently up to, do you think?
Or what,
what they're
thinking
fantasizing about currently.
Not really.
Not really. No, it's sort of middle of the road, but still doesn't like add up as to what would happen. You know what I mean?
Well, next question then, because you watched this piece of shit. 2 hours and 45 minutes. ABF.
Oh, God.
I may have been playing a video game as it was going on the second monitor. Okay.
Wait, can you confirm if Sean Penn gets his butthole eaten?
Gets his
by
butthole
black
eaten?
women. Yeah, apparently he is like the super evil racist, but that's because he secretly likes to get his salad tossed by black women, and then he dies.
Makes her go down on him, but in the front.
Oh,
I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Okay, Badger may. I may have to watch this then. I may need your advanced copy.
Well, like I was saying, like
brown salad.
They project what they're already thinking, and they think that like the MAGA racists actually have like a secret like black fetish, and they like project that in the it's crazy.
As most of the weirdo leftists do. They think that anybody who says anything negative about black people at all ever just has a fetish about black people.
Yeah. Or that if we don't like the queers trying to chop the kids' balls off, it's just because we're secretly gay.
Well,
exactly. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
There's also this whole thing where it's like all of like they're not 100% wrong, because most of the accounts that have come out to be like mega Yahtzees on Twitter have actually turned out to be like gay femboys. and it's just a funny thing that just keeps happening. Is that like, oh, yep, they're all gay femboys.
We do not have an Yahtzee problem in this country. We have a communism problem in this country.
We have a fascism problem, and it's coming from the
fascist
left.
Marxism.
And okay, if anyone has been watching my last like 2 weeks of my entertainment streams, I keep going on about this movie, praying the conservatives would finally pick it up. I was at the point where I was just shouting, fuck commies, fuck commies. ABF, I'm considering making a fuck commies shirt. I'll need to get your thoughts on that though.
Let's go.
So,
I'll buy it.
I'll buy it too.
I'm considering the design. I want to buy it.
I will wear that shit in public. Give me a fuck commies with the silhouette of a spiked bat behind it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we will be discussing this.
Yeah.
We'll be discussing this after the stream. Chat, any ideas? Let me know. All right, so conservatives finally figuring out this movie is absolutely year's most irresponsible movie. It came out at the worst possible time. This was like Ironheart coming out 2 weeks after society found the new phrase "black fatigue." The timing couldn't be worse.
Pure Oscar bait. This is pure Oscar bait.
But also Antifa porn, and it took 10 days. They finally found it. I mean, Alex Jones was going crazy on it today and yesterday.
It makes sense. It takes 2 to 3 years to make a movie after it gets greenlit, right? So 2 to 3 years ago, this may have hit differently, but it just landed at the worst possible time because it takes that long.
Well, The Savant got canceled.
It's not even canceled. It's just delayed. So we might still get The Savant, but
I hope we do, man. I want to see this shit.
Like ABF was saying, this stuff takes 2 to 3 years to make, and they were in peak of their power. They thought they were going to win everything. They made this movie, and now it came out, and oopsie. Like
bad timing. Just a little bit.
So they are leaning fully in on the we're like totally the resistance, and we're gonna start a civil war in fascisms. They're trying to rile up the crazies just to shoot people, like with Charlie Kirk and others. They know what they are doing. All the 80s, James Comey's 8647, they fucking know what they are doing with this.
They should right now be really fucking thankful that the right has so much more restraint than they do.
Yep. I mean, stochastic terrorism needs to be considered as a fucking thing nowadays because you see what's happening, right? So,
it is. They're iffy on the definition is the problem.
Yeah, and that gets a little
obviously it's hazy and all that.
But no.
Incitement.
It's coming from communists.
Let's just go and charge people with some incitement. Now, here we go. They're leaning fully into it. Democrat Chicago mayor, who's got like the worst approval rating. The right wing wants a rematch of the Civil War. POTUS has declared war on the people and people across America. So they don't even know what side the Democrats were on the Civil War.
Yeah, the right wingers won.
Yeah, exactly.
We literally, I want, please Trump, please go full Lincoln, go like a little Lincoln tyrant, and we're going to need to destroy the Democrat Party, or they're going to cause a civil war and secede. They are the domestic terror organization.
I want them to secede. I want it done. Like, just, you know what? Let's have a second crack because, like, we can't live with these people anymore. And they don't understand reality. We live in two different fucking worlds. Like we cannot coexist.
And they chose that when they shot Charlie Kirk. They chose that.
Oh, they chose it long before they shot Charlie Kirk. That was just the thing that was the nail in the coffin.
That basically woke everybody up. Like, oh, this is real.
Oh, finally maybe we can talk it out. That finally made the guy who was trying to talk it out. They assassinated him and celebrated it, and that's when a lot of people finally realized, oh, we can't just talk this out. Hayden's still getting called out.
It's the waifu battle apparently. I guess.
He was gonna do a waifu battle for me tonight because I was in the shower last night in between our two streams, and he did a waifu battle, and I super chatted for Angelwoman, and he was like, you have to put Angelwoman as the first name, like it can't count.
Oh yeah, he's got all his stupid rules.
Yeah, and I was like,
so
okay.
cringe.
And then I super chatted another 10, and I was like, okay, this is both for Angelwoman, and it came in late because it just took forever to clear. And he was like, hey, tomorrow I got something for you. And I was like, okay. That's why I was watching his stream tonight. And then we had this stream. So I've got it pulled up. I'll watch it later. But thanks for letting me know, Seabro.
All right, back to the Civil War. All right. So it's the whole sending. So Texas is trying to send their National Guard to Illinois, Oregon, and other locations because we don't have enough people. Big beautiful bill. We gave money to get more people, but we still need to actually hire more people. That's why, like, they're trying to hire really hard, like DHS and whatnot, and they actually have some badass ones. They literally had like, "Love God, save the country, join ICE" or something like that.
I almost joined.
They are. I know. Like, they got me considering it.
But before we go any further into this, let me say this as a Texas resident and taxpayer: do it.
Well, let me tell you, the Supreme Court came back and said he's allowed to do that, and the Texas troops are already there. They already landed. Yep. There's like this viral picture of some pretty heavy-set Texas boys getting out of a vehicle.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're bigger than almost anybody in that fucking state. Like
they like Texas barbecue.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
A glass of milk.
Again, as a Texas citizen and taxpayer, I
we have
say,
the cart. Don't worry.
Do it. Let's go take over their fucking state.
All right, well, here's Pritzker's response to you specifically, Hayden. We must now start calling this what it is: Hayden's invasion. Yeah. It started with federal agents. It will soon include deploying federalized members of the Illinois National Guard against our wishes. And it will now involve sending in another state's military troops. Obviously, we fully support this and whatnot. Didn't mean to click on that. But this is, if you want a civil war, like, this is how you get ants. I call on Governor Abbott to immediately withdraw any support for this decision and refuse to coordinate. There's no reason the president should send military troops in a sovereign state without their knowledge, consent, or cooperation.
You know why he said that? Because he's fucking terrified. That's the only reason that he even put that statement out. Because if you were a governor and another state's National Guard shows up, and you were confident in your leadership, you would just be like, disregard them. Well, don't give them any supplies. Don't.
I didn't explain this earlier when I said I left that area. But Pritzker on January 1st of 2024 made it basically legal for up to second-degree murder. So if you did any crime up to second-degree murder, there is no bail.
Yep, cashless bail.
Well,
yes, that's what Mom Donnie wants for New York.
Is
he's terrified that the statistics are going to improve after the National Guard gets deployed, because the same thing happened in Washington D.C. and people were like, "Oh my God, I can leave my house and go out to eat now. This is crazy," and basically made it to where there was zero crime. Imagine if Trump could point out a chart that says, "Look, we lowered crime by X amount because we sent people to protect the citizens,"
and make the blue cities actually vote Republican.
Well, no. It wouldn't even make the blue cities vote Republican. It would just get rid of the crime. And then people would go, oh, wait, this is much better. Now that we do have another state's military that's come in and is not allowing for all of this bullshit to happen, we're actually better off. Maybe we should switch which side we're voting for.
I don't think the goal is to try to flip people to the right. No, I think right now the goal is to just flip people to just not vote. Like, just stop voting if you're not informed. Like, shut up.
I think that the goal right now is just
it's both.
These are especially because it's coming from Texas, and I have my problems with Governor Abbott, but because these are National Guard from Texas, I think that it's just protect Americans. Make sure that Americans are okay. Like that's the Texas way. We care about everybody else as much shit as we might talk. We would do anything for any other state. We all have that mindset. We went into Louisiana whenever Katrina hit. We have the Texas what's it called? The Texas Rescue Republic or something like that. And it's an individual Rangers group. They take a bunch of their boats and stuff and they go to places affected by hurricanes and save people.
Nobody gives more than Christians. Christians give more to people than every other group. But whatever.
Yes. Right. So our military very rarely ever used to protect Americans. It's nice seeing them actually used to protect America and Americans.
Good
For once.
locking them up.
ABF. Kevin Newsom weighed in. I'd like to hear your thoughts. This is a breathtaking abuse of the law and power by the President of the United States. America is on the brink of martial law. Do not be silent. ABF, will you be silent?
It's just stupid. He's trying to bolster himself for a presidential run, and
it is the grandstanding of all grandstanding.
I don't think that he's on the popular side here. I actually think that, once the crime does get cleaned up, which I think that, the boys in green can actually do, people are going to be like, oh, things can actually change. This is crazy.
Dumbass white women will vote for him, though.
And we desperately need Trump and the Republicans to realize, oh, you can just do things. Governor Abbott realized he can just do things. I fully authorize the president call up 400 members of the Texas National Guard. You can either fully enforce protection for federal employees or get out of the way and let Texas Guard do it. No guard can match the training, skill, and expertise of the Texas National Guard. They defend our country with pride. America must also know that Texas still has thousands of National Guard assisting with the border security. If the feds won't do it, if the horrible commie cities won't do it, then the Texas National Guard will do it, and I support it. Hayden, you seem to support
I think that's something that people should remember, is that whenever Biden was in office and was not allowing CBP to be on the Texas border, which is the most frequently crossed border in the United States because it's so fucking big, Governor Abbott sent our National Guard there and was like, stop them. And then the feds came in and said,
and then no,
you can't do that. And Abbott went, nope.
Put up
the letter, we're able to protect ourselves first
floating
above what the feds say.
The letter that he sent to the feds is probably the most substantial letter since the fucking Declaration of Independence, in my opinion. Because he was he basically said, Joe Biden, if you don't do this shit, then we're at war.
Well, and the whole thing with this, with him being able to send him to Illinois, is that states are technically responsible for protecting each other under our agreement that we have as the United States. And this is Texas saying, you know what, we're going to go defend Illinois. And that's Abbott going, okay, you can have full control of these troops, but if you don't want control of it, I'll take control of it.
Well, why should we allow California and Illinois to fuck up our entire voting process?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that later. We got a lot more to talk about this topic still. But yeah, no, that disenfranchises other states. Allowing them to steal elections disenfranchises other states, and
that's why
generals
states
need to fucking stop it.
That's exactly why states can step in, and Texas has been the number one in doing that.
But where states aren't supposed to step in is with all these federal judges has just granted basically restraining order against any relocation of federalized National Guard into Portland. Basically, this judge is telling Greg Abbott he cannot command his own National Guard. And then, of course, leave it to Stephen Miller to point out an Oregon judge ruled that the commander-in-chief cannot station federal troops in her state to defend the lives of federal officers. You want a civil war. This is how you get civil wars.
That's why I said if Texas is sending the National Guard in, we should just take over the state because fuck them. We'll just take it over.
You can't do that for optics, though.
No, we're gonna glass it all. ABF. Don't worry.
You don't say it, but now you're under our jurisdiction.
Yeah, you just glass them a little.
Listen, this is how the U.S. has dealt with every conflict we've ever had. We're just gonna.
I support it, but it's not gonna happen. But I support it.
Swinging the pendulum too far, Hayden.
Yeah. Now will we do that
too far first?
Will we do that to Venezuela, similar to what we just did with Panama and kicking the Chinese out? That may happen, but sadly, I had to get rid of all the World War III stuff. But man, I think we may go against Venezuela here before long. ABF, I need to hear your thoughts on this lovely stateswoman here, Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
if states' rights mean anything, they must include the right to not get invaded by another state in peacetime. Americans everywhere speak up and stand against Trump's outrageous assaults on Illinois and Oregon. ABF, has Hillary Clinton changed your mind yet?
Well, I would actually like to stop California from invading my state called Arizona. So
I would like to invade California. So, I mean, Arizona and Texas could partner together in that, and we just invade California instead
we
of
have
letting them
bumper
invade
stickers that say "Don't California, my Arizona" all over the place. You see them.
Why am I paying for their bullshit?
So this is Gavin Newsom on Stephen Colbert, and they're talking about some like healthcare thing they're going to do with a bunch of other states. And you look at this, and the states they want to do this regional health alliance crap with, it's exactly the states that are going to secede,
So-
if not a few more. Hey, please let me get out what I want to say. Yeah. So Stephen asked, what do we call these Western states? And Gavin Newsom, without skipping a beat, calls it the Western Offensive or the Western Alliance. They're already throwing out names for their little like state secession. The Western Offensive. He didn't just randomly come up with that. They have a fucking name for this stuff. This is what they were planning.
Yes.
They're going to secede.
They have been planning this for a long time. So there are actually 22, I believe it is, states that have a suicide pact with California, basically.
It's the coalition.
All of those states automatically adopt any environmental, any health care type of thing.
Gun laws.
Yeah, they automatically adopt them if California can get them voted in. Then they immediately take it. It is the law in those other 20 whatever states that they immediately just do that too. So that map was wrong because there are more states that are also following along with the same types of policies that California has.
People don't realize that there's more Republicans in California than any other state in the union.
Maybe.
So when they leave, it's going to be a problem for California.
Yeah, no, I've known about this coalition for a while, Hayden, and that's why these electric vehicle rules and stuff like that. Also, the biggest telling, this is where I learned about it, is the no NFA guns rule.
Yeah,
and just because California put that in, all these other states followed. So you can't own machine guns in any of those states, even if they're pre-ban.
Yeah, it's almost half of the states in the United States that have that agreement with California of if California enacts something that has to do with what they consider to be public health, public safety, these other states immediately adopt it. It does not have to go through their House, does not have to go through their Senate. Because California's House and Senate approved it, they automatically take it on. So almost half the states in the United States.
They go on a bunch of more propaganda, and once again, going about Trump's efforts to rig the 2026 midterm elections.
I thought you weren't allowed to imply that.
They sure are letting us know what they plan to do with the midterm elections, and then I fear we will not have an election in 2028 unless we wake up. They're just
fortify the next elections.
If JD Vance wins in 2028, they are about to secede. And then go down to here.
You might be right.
So check out these bots saying the exact same thing. I've almost forgotten what a complete and coherent sentence sounds like when it comes to politics. A weird extra space here, extra spaces before a heart thing. Okay, yeah. 3.7K likes, 130 replies. 3.6K likes, 127 replies. He speaks in complete sentences, that are knowledgeable, coherent, and logical. We should have had him address the UN. I was unsure about Newsom until I watched this. Refreshing to see sanity, coherence, and awareness from a mainstream politician. We need to rally all the troops if we want to save what's left of democracy in this country. And then if we scroll down a bit more, thanks for having me on, Steven. Has 210 likes. So that has 210 likes while his bot has 3,500 likes. And then my favorite, history repeating itself. See the extra space in there, just like the bots? 8647 bots calling to kill the president for Gavin Newsom.
That's bots. But for anybody who doesn't know, 86 was an old school mafia term that they used to use in bars a lot. And that would be whenever they ran out of an alcohol, you would 86 that off of the menu. So you would kill it off of the menu. But also, if somebody was a problem, you would 86 that person who was a problem, which meant that they would just be put into the construction of a new building that was going up.
Hey, we don't need you no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not have fun going through all the bots. It was disgusting. All right, now back to Civil War. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson creates ice-free zones. Apparently, you can just
what does that mean? What
do
does
that.
mean?
The second they said sanctuary city, we needed to outlaw the Democrat Party right then and there for sedition.
Yeah,
this is insane. This is Civil War, and it's not Trump causing it. It's the Democrats.
No, it was a mafia term first, and because they ran bars, it became an industry term.
Got him. I can neither confirm nor deny that speculation. Civil War alert. Radio transmissions prove Democrat-controlled Chicago PD was ordered to stand down during violent ambush on federal agents. You guys hear this one?
Yeah.
So we know how the police in these cities actually actively coordinate with Antifa and are actually led by Antifa.
They arrested
and now,
Nick Sartor.
Yeah, we will be getting to that. And so this was a straight up domestic terror attack against the ICE agents. And hey, we got to go to there. You know, dispatch was sending people to go there, and then the police captain in charge of whatever's. Nope, we're not responding to that. Nope, don't send anyone. We're not responding to that. What didn't they respond to, you say? Federal agents have just shot a woman who was armed with a handgun in the Brighton Park neighborhood of Chicago after she was among multiple vehicles which rammed ICE and Border Patrol agents. So, God, they don't have the video for this, but if you watch the local news report, they were straight up ramming attack. They were going up on sidewalks over medians, causing all sorts of carnage and chaos, and then tried to shoot at federal agents. And one of the ICE guys put like 5 bullets and hit her arm.
There was like some misrepresentation of that story initially too, and because they kept showing this clip of a black Escalade just ramming the back of a vehicle. And they're like, does this warrant someone getting shot over? But they didn't show the whole thing of the car going freaking ballistic. Yeah. So,
yes,
crazy. Car is a deadly weapon. It's 100% a deadly weapon.
Oh, if we didn't have access to guns, all of the cars, and then all of the deaths will stop.
Yeah. If we didn't have access to guns, people would be using U-Haul vans.
Dude, Waukesha fucked my head up, man. Like, because I bought my car there and like. That's it. Whatever.
Now, going to Andy New. In Oregon's emergency lawsuit to prevent the president from sending troops to protect it, the police sergeant was included, and he blames the victims of Antifa violence for their own assaults, calls them counter-protesters who are trespassing on federal property. In reality, these journalists stay near or on federal property because when they're on public streets in Portland, the Portland police will not bother to investigate if they're assaulted or robbed. They will watch them be attacked, let it happen, and then arrest them for being attacked. Antifa regularly argues that anyone they label as an antagonizer is fair game for violent retribution, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're saying they asked for it. This woman right here is how it started. She got attacked by one of them, and then she got a police officer. She followed the 2 Antifa people with a police officer right next to her. She was like, this is them, arrest them, this is who attacked me. Police officer just walks along and doesn't do anything. Just, you're allowed to assault women. And then the next night, you get Nick Sartor gets all up in there, and they're burning American flags. I think you should be able to burn American flags all you want on your private property, but I'm all with Trump. If you do this on a public street, it's incitement, and you're burning things in public in the middle of the street. You need to go to prison for a year. Do it all you want on your private property. Otherwise, these terrorists are literally trying to incite violence, and they're burning things in the middle. I can't drag my fucking mattress out to the street and just set it on fire. That's not my First Amendment. Send them to prison for a year, but it's not going to happen.
The fact that we have communist police is alarming to me. To even allow communism in society is already alarming, but to allow communist police officers.
Yes, we will be getting to outlawing the commies here before long. That is for sure. And then he goes back out. So for that, then gets into a skirmish where they like pushed him into a bush, and then someone threw a punch. He tried to throw a punch but missed, and then he went over to Portland police, and then they arrested him. And then that created a whole big shitstorm. We got Pam Bondi, Harmeet Dillon. We got like everybody on it. First person who called him when he got out was Pam Bondi. Said, we got your back on this. Immediately put Harmeet Dillon in charge. Don't have a lot of faith in a lot of DOJ. Harmeet Dillon actually doing some good over there. So they're looking into it. And then our girl Caroline says, we will not fund states that allow anarchy, cut off their funding. I'm a big proponent of cutting off federal funding. ABF, what do you think?
Definitely. There's even another story. I don't know if you had it queued up of, I think it was Portland. The federal building put wood paneling all over the outside to prevent it from getting damaged. And they're now getting hit with a city violation for having the boards over the building to protect it, which the police won't protect the building for.
Yeah, they are purposely trying to get ICE agents killed and also trying to provoke them into killing one of the protesters. And then they'll just full-blown lie about what happened.
Yeah, that makes my blood boil.
The Democrats are actively trying to get someone killed.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom says, no, you can't wear a mask if you're ICE. And it's like, why are you saying that? Because they want them,
because all the Antifa people, they describe the people, they write it all down, they get all their license plate, all this information. They're actively trying to dox them and to try to get people to kill them or throw
basically
Molotovs
the governor
in
of California is trying to dox
actively, while also as his press person is actively trying to get Stephen Miller assassinated as well. Yeah, full-blown terrorist. They need to be outlawed. We already have. Yeah, we'll get into it. We have a little more fun before we get there. Now, thoughts on Trump again threatens to cut off federal aid to New York City if Mamdani is elected. He's going to be elected. This is the next mayor. I had a bunch of clips. We're going to show how big. No, it's not a. You think he's going to? It's not a question. He's going to be the next mayor. If you understand anything about politics in New York City, he's the next mayor.
Man, they're voting for this man.
We just talked about how they want to get the most uninformed voters possible in the ring, and they've done that. They've harnessed it.
They literally imported as many retards as possible to do just that.
Stupefied the greatest city on earth.
And then all the bean lovers came over and then voted majority for the majority for Trump in the last election. So they tried to bring all the third world retards in to take over, and then they ended up going for Trump. And they're like, well, now we're replacing you guys with Indians now. All right, so I fully support this. He's going to be full blown commie. He's going to do. He's doing everything. He is AOC on steroids.
Oh yeah,
they're going full communist dystopia in New York City. It's. Oh, man. Hey, get what you vote for. It's going to be a good lesson to a lot of people. Now, Civil War stuff. Portland police are now actively defending Antifa militants, telling local residents they will be arrested if they drive down Antifa-controlled streets. Oh, we'll yell at you if you try to go home. Sorry, the fascists have taken over the streets. Antifa militants are now directing traffic in and out of the ICE facility, with Portland police liaisons standing by and allowing it because, quote, it's their event. Yeah, they're trying to say Trump is like going to start a civil war with martial law. I'm sorry, but if fascist, terrorist, drug addict, pedophiles are directing traffic while the police watch on, please, Trump, go full Lincoln.
Tolerance only lasts so long. And then the other side becomes completely intolerant.
Well, this happened a couple times during George Floyd also. There was one person that was like, help, help, I got this angry mob after me. And then the person that cries for help gets arrested. And they're like, well, that solved the problem. The mob doesn't have anything to attack now.
Yeah.
That actually happened several times. That you can find news stories about.
Was it Texas where a dude shot a dude who was...
No, it wasn't Texas. I think it was in Missouri.
He was aiming a gun at him, and he shot him, and he was charged with murder.
Yeah, well, the dude was trying to break into his house because the mob mentality took over. They broke the glass, kicked in the door. The guy shot the other guy with a shotgun, and then was charged and convicted of murder whenever his house was being broken into.
UK, yeah. In other places, I think Australia, they have rules where you can only use like equal force. So if they have a knife and you have something like, or no, if they had like a baseball bat and you have a knife, you have to throw the knife on the ground and find a baseball bat or something lesser than a baseball bat, or else,
Yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah,
moving
it wasn't
on.
Texas, brother. We got Castle Doctrine.
Moving on.
Nice.
We got some fun times. So what song do you think the Department of Homeland Security put with this?
I hope it's Proud to be an American.
Refuse to walk will give you a ride. They see me rolling. They hate it. They trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty.
I'd also accept Slow Ride. That'd be kind of funny.
Slow.
I think Slow Ride would be better, actually.
Slow ride, take it easy.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
Yeah, every time I see a DHS post I had bookmarked and then it says like copyright, I'm like, some bitch ass musician doesn't want DHS using their songs for banger memes. Fucking pussies. All right,
Dude,
now
that's killing us, man. Like we need music. We want the music, but
okay, well here, this music we can use. Pause, you stupid fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Sorry, I'm throwing something in private chat for you, ABF.
All right.
Sorry, X was not cooperating with me. This
It's
one we do
okay.
want some music for. This is when.
Oh yeah, mine won't pause either.
Fascism doesn't pay. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, my next one is working. All right, well, we'll make it work. We got this. See, bro, dropping a gifty while we go through our technical difficulties. Appreciate you, and don't let me forget. I will play your clip right after this, but you're gonna want to see this first. Yes, yes. All right, roll clip. Assuming it will. Okay. All right, protester. Kicks the tear gas. Right in the nuts. roll it back if you have right to the nut part. About halfway, probably. A little before halfway.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh,
no, just keep it there. Oh, yeah, no, keep it there. Oh yeah, again. Oh, again. Squat the nuts. And then his buddy has to come drag him away. He tries to get up, falls back down.
He's like, my legs don't work anymore.
I'm immensely
Sorry.
I'm immensely disappointed by that clip because I thought the song was something that it wasn't. I thought that song was Ave Maria.
Oh,
and
I
then
love
it turned out to not be Ave Maria. And I was like, that would have been the perfect song to pair with that.
So we also have another short clip we have to play repeatedly.
So fucked up.
I love you, Grace, but Seabrew requested it. Blame him. Shout out Seabrew, appreciate you. Now, this one, this one's probably my favorite. So they decided I'll get smart and I'll wear this little inflatable frog thing so I can't get maced. Except you need a breathing hole. For those that don't know, this little orange circle here is the breathing hole.
That actually
This
has a fan pulling air in.
And this right here is the mace getting sprayed directly into the breathing hole. And then it ends like right there. No, we didn't even get to see it kick in. I want to see the frog writhing in pain, but no.
I wish we had like 10 more minutes after that.
Yes.
Yeah, because like ABF said, that is actually an intake fan that allows that to be inflatable.
That's why he's all poofed up like that, because the air is, positive.
So
wait.
As soon as that guy sprayed that in there, the dude that was in the suit was suffering almost immediately, guaranteed.
Yeah, pepper spray, even if you don't get sprayed with it, like you're in just the vicinity of it, it chokes you up. And see if you're dropping another one because apparently 4 wasn't enough. And neither was 5. Or 6. Beautiful. Thank you, Zebra. Couldn't do this without you. Always protect your holes. Now, Homeland Security, Dear Antifa, we are just getting started. Wait, what song is this? Oh, no song. Just clips of them absolutely just trashing these fucking losers. And we are just getting started. Beautiful. They should have done like a Eye of the Tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, or something like that.
Yeah, I just want to see like classic 80s heavy metal to just people getting taken out of the country.
I just keep imagining, like, whenever I see those clips, like, how much work must be involved with wearing all that gear, just tackling people all the time? Like, they must be like they were probably like top of the game in like high school football and stuff, you know?
Yep.
A lot of them were. Did you see the black dude where someone like gets up in his face, so he like swings his rifle behind his back, and then he's like, three dudes just start picking the dude up and throw him on the ground.
I think that was the clip that made me think that actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been
I've been waiting my whole life to do this shit.
I want more of those to be clipped with Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone.
I want DHS to drop this clip.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Naughty, Moxie. Appreciate you. Let's do it.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Honestly, I love this job, but if Secretary Gnome hit me up and enlisted me as a meme warrior for Homeland Security, I love you guys, but I think I would go save my country. I love this job, but
that little Pepe Frog saluting when Trump's like, "I need my keyboard warrior."
Yeah. 07, Mr. President. 07.
Dude, the Pokemon video had me dying, man. Just dying.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That's how you change
catch
society.
up, Pokemon.
Okay, now I think we're done with the terrorists.
ATF
No,
knows
we're
that's
not.
one of my favorite songs. I will sing that fucking song anytime I get an opportunity.
Love you guys, but for God and country, the Democrat Party is a terrorist organization. All right, so they want to ban us because we like freedom and prosperity. I want to ban them because they're a literal terrorist organization. They are organized crime mafia, international crime mafia. They're working for foreign enemies to destroy us on purpose.
And they stole an election.
They've stolen elections. They're laundering all of the money through USID and AgBlue. They are there are so many reasons they need to be outlawed, and it has plenty of precedent. I'm skipping ahead on one of this. The Communist Control Act. Enforce it.
Should have never been excoriated, should have never been put out of the books. McCarthy didn't go far enough because the government wouldn't let him. All of Hollywood would have been dead at that time. But
McCarthy was right. McCarthy was right, and the communists killed him.
Correct. There was, quote, no place in democracy for those who want to abolish it. Even with a peaceful vote, it's the same reason I don't think Islam belongs in the West. Yes, we can have freedom of religion. For religions who believe in freedom of religion, there's a place in democracy for parties that believe in democracy. There are no place for communists.
Correct.
I remember
Marxists
when
must be
Oppenheimer
excoriated from society.
Oppenheimer came out and people saw it and they were like, wait, communism is illegal? I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah. And then they pretended like we overreacted, called it a red scare, same thing with the satanic panic, but we were right and we should have gone harder on the satanic commie scum. Now, Trump could use the Insurrection Act to send troops to American cities. He molded it. He did a little mulling. Let's see. Let's see. He said that U.S. has an Insurrection Act for a reason, and it's been invoked before. Chicago's a great city where there's a lot of crime, and if the governor can't do the job, we'll do the job. We have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. Yes. Insurrect their asses.
If people are in harm's way, you can't wait for a court ruling. You have to just do something about it, and that's what that's for.
And that's exactly why Texas has sent their National Guard to try to protect the people of Illinois.
Yeah, and It's my prediction that they are trying to force Trump's hand into doing the Insurrection Act so that they can run that as their messaging for the midterms.
It's the martial law. He's trying to end the election. And then a lot of that too is because he's already done the executive order, but they need to actually like go after them and do the actual election integrity stuff. And that I think is what they're most scared of, is him doing the election integrity stuff. So they're trying to get ahead to say anything he does there is him trying to steal the election, martial law, civil war, uprising. And then that way, when they get their asses kicked, they have an excuse to secede because Trump stole the election and all of this stuff. And
correct. They're falling into their own trap because they don't realize that what he's doing, we love it.
It's a catch-22.
They're saying, look at what he's doing. Look at how bad it is. It's like, fuck yeah, bro. And that's what it is to us, or to, vast majority of Americans. But
yeah, and the youngsters, I think, will be down. We're going to need to wait a second first because we have this.
Attract customers to your business. Make a splash at your next presentation. Keep grandma company. Protect your crops. Confuse your neighbors. African American? Hail a cab. Testify in church or just raise the roof.
Woo! Raise the roof, Hayden. Raise the roof.
Hayden. Oh, well, we'll get it next time. Now, a sizable portion on the left thinks this way. Be aware of this. Give fascist a platform. This white woman who couldn't even take half a punch to the face without being knocked unconscious wants to guillotine you.
I don't think she made that sign. I think someone else did, and she was handed it.
Very likely. Now, they shot the president. They killed Charlie Kirk. They threatened to kill Kim Taylor. They said they'd kill me at my next rally, then my kids. Now we learned Jay Jones repeatedly said he wanted to kill Speaker Todd Gilbert. Is this what letting your rage fuel you looks like? So this Jay Jones guy run for Attorney General for Virginia, a very important swing state, going up against Winsome Sears, an actual, lovely black conservative, and this is him basically saying that 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. He'd shoot Gilbert in the head 2 times because he loves Hitler and Pol Pot.
Winsome is actually a woman who is currently in power. She's not black. She's very brown, though. I'll say. I looked up an image of her today.
She is blacker than Valerie Jarrett's Planet of the Apes says.
Are you talking about Winsome Sears?
She ain't white.
Yeah. She's black. I thought she was black. Yeah.
She seems very light-skinned from the image that I saw of her.
Yeah, she's like the based person that got elected, and she was like holding the AR-15. I remember her. She's pretty awesome.
Chet, Hayden thinks this woman is white.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, I'm thinking of a different Winsome then. I was reading a story today about a person who ran a political ad today or over the past 2 days.
It's her.
Their name was also Winsome.
Yep.
But
it's her. It's probably her.
Winsome Sears.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Well, she's like, look at me. Okay. I ain't got no sights on my
I saw
AR-15.
something. She didn't look black in the fucking picture that I saw today because
she has no sights on it, man. Who the fuck is she gonna shoot? Well, she got no sights.
I saw something that somebody said, oh, Winsome is actually a woman because everybody was saying he. And then it was like, oh, Winsome's a woman. And then I looked it up, and she did not look black in the image that I saw.
No, she talks about where she came from, somewhere in Africa. She's like, yeah, everything's screwed up there. We don't want to do the same stuff there. Okay. She's like really based.
But I guess I found some random ass fucking picture there. Maybe it wasn't actually of her, but
can we do like the opposite of what Africa is doing? Like,
Yes, please. So you were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. Yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. He wants his political opponents' kids to die. Went on about like them dying in their arms, crying over them because people have to feel pain to change. They want to kill your kids. These people are fascists. Democrat Party needs to be outlawed. Yes,
evil.
He also went on about pissing on their graves.
This is 2 of about 10 wild ass things he said. Yes.
Yeah, and the media is saying this crazy shit too. They're calling people Nazis and stuff, and they're still terrorizing everybody.
As incitement, 100%. So the Democrats have kicked him out of the race, right? No, they fully 100% stand with him.
Really?
And then Yeah, just so we're all clear where the Democrat Party is on this, they fully stand with it. Elon, I love when he says message received. That means you really pissed off Elon. And he's like, well, fuck you. Never
well, he's
again.
looking up the opponent and donating to them probably right now.
There was one thing that I saw that was a tiny little light of hope, because I believe that we should white pill as often as we can. But there at the local station, no, it wasn't the Scarboroughs. One of the local news stations that was reporting on it, whenever he started reading off the messages, it actually seemed like he was a human, and he's a journalist, so I'm not sure if he is, but he did seem very distraught about reading these messages that guy had sent about, the killing, the family dying, watching the kids
saying
die.
he was disappointed in the fact that he had to spew nonsense.
No, it legitimately felt like there was a journalist that was upset that he was reading that somebody on a political side wanted somebody's kids dead, and it was like, oh, to hear a journalist say that in that tone, like it was
But was he more sad about that or sombrero memes? Does it surprise you that the entire Democrat Party
one of the few
went apeshit over a sombrero meme, but when one of their own texts death threats about his opponent and their children, none of them react or call for his withdrawal? Not surprising at all. Even Joe Scarborough says he should probably be forced to withdraw from the race. He kind of slipped this in while his globalist wife was talking. And let's see if we can catch her face. Oh, yeah. Oh, we just missed it.
You got it right there.
Right. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This is when. Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, he slipped in and he should probably have to withdraw while all the other crazies are like, no, he shouldn't. Now, what does this guy think about holding people accountable? In 2021, Jay Jones, the person responsible for these texts, called for a Norfolk police lieutenant to be fired after donating $25 to Kyle Rittenhouse's legal defense fund, called it utterly disgusting and demanded true accountability in policing.
I gave a lot more to Kyle Rittenhouse than that guy did. Fuck him.
Dude, that was 2 miles from my fucking house, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, so this is these sort of standards they hold everyone else to, while meanwhile they get to root for all of our deaths and our children's deaths.
Yeah.
Fuck commies.
The people that he shot were pedophiles.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah, but we're not getting into Rittenhouse. Too many tabs to be getting into Rittenhouse. All right, and now this person really lays it out for you. I don't think most normal Republicans across the country have understood the gravity of the situation. If the Democrat candidate for Attorney General, 1, stays in the race and 2, wins after being exposed for texting about putting bullets in the head of his Republican rival and wishing death on literal kids just because they have Republican parents, then the Democrats, well, that's what they did. The Democrats know that not only are there no repercussions for their violence incitement, but they will actually be rewarded for it. The fact that the Virginia Democrats haven't called on Jay Jones to drop out, which they've done the exact opposite. They're not going to call for it. He's going to stay in. Yet it is a true mask drop moment. When Trump's got exposed for some locker room talk in 2016, almost every major national Republican figure called on him to drop out because they're a bunch of cucks. But when meanwhile all the normal people are like, yeah, grab him by the pussy. What, he porn star? A bowler. But when a Democrat candidate for statewide office in a major state is caught fantasizing about murder, and after Charlie Kirk, and they aren't asked to bow out, it tells you Democrats are totally on board with political violence, period, forever. If they won't hold their own accountable, and they won't, correct, then our only recourse is to beat them at the ballot box again and again. I would argue when they are rigging the ballot boxes, that is also not a valid solution. We must crush the left before they kill us. This I agree with.
That
the ballot box
is the correct statement.
It's not going to be enough unless he manages to get
no
all
more
of the
mail-in ballots. No more mail-in ballots.
Yeah, day of and paper ballots. That's what he is pushing for, is paper ballots. They manage to get that through, then yes, we can win at the ballot box. We keep letting them steal all this stuff and have all the dead people on the voter rolls. It's not going to be solved by voting, sadly. We're going to need Trump to go hardcore.
Florida and Ohio into red states?
Yes, and
legitimate elections. turn
Yes,
them into red states.
he's gonna have to go a little tyrannical to bring back democracy. We do not have democracy. He's gonna have to strong arm a bit. He's gonna have to flop the big orange wiener out on the table very hard to actually get back to democracy, a representative
An
republic. We
electoral
do not have
college
one
within
currently.
states would be great too.
And a new census.
To play off of what you said there, Erwin, just so that everybody is clear, the Constitution is not a suicide pact. And we all know the Franklin
Jews.
quote
I'm just
about
gonna get you out of
how
here.
sometimes, blood of tyrants and patriots. And I'm not suggesting we go that far, but the point of that is that sometimes extreme measures have to be taken to preserve actual democracy. And currently we are living in a place where actual democracy has been ripped away from us. So some extreme actions might have to be taken so that we can preserve what we were supposed to be.
Why is communism legal?
It's not.
Correct. Correct. Now, Chuck Grassley, this document shows the Biden FBI spied on 8 of my Republican Senate colleagues during its Arctic frost investigation. So after they stole the election, some senators were like, hey, maybe we should look into this. So then the FBI decided to spy on sitting senators. And then Tom Fitton puts this perfectly. It was never just about Trump. Biden, Obama, Pelosi lawfare was about destroying the Republican Party. They have done everything they can, every underhanded tactic to destroy the right. It's
be fair,
time to take it, outlaw them. Just
to
Democrat
be fair,
Party no longer
they have
exists.
been at war with us for decades, and we have just not fought in the other side of the war.
Since the 1920s.
Yes, because we had it good and we could get away with not voting. Things have to get bad for people to care again. And so now here's the thing, though. For Trump to be able to go out and ban all these fucking commies, we still have to take a lot more institutional power, and he has to have a lot more support than we currently have. Honestly, I don't think we're ever going to be at a point with him. It honestly would have to be a J.D. Vance moment where we crush them so hard in 2028. He gets an actual mandate, then we can outlaw these fucking terrorists. Because honestly, if he takes over, they'll probably try to secede. So he won't even have to go out of his way to outlaw them. They will basically make themselves outlaws by seceding from us.
And J.D. Vance is definitely primed to be the next president, in my opinion. Like he's
who I want.
No,
he destroys everybody, like in a debate.
No, okay. So if anyone is telling you anything other than my mom Donnie is going to be the New York City mayor, don't listen to them. They don't understand the most basics of politics. If anyone is telling you it's going to be anyone other than JD Vance, don't listen to them about anything. They don't understand the most basic politics. JD Vance is going to be the next presidential nominee. And now the only question would have been vice president, and I would argue Charlie Kirk could have very likely been his
They
vice
killed
president.
him. They killed Charlie Kirk because he was a future president.
I don't think Charlie Kirk, I don't think would have been old enough in 2028, but he would have been old enough.
No, not 2020. I'm saying like decades.
Well, I'm saying he couldn't have been vice president because I think he was like 1 year too young to actually be vice president.
No, he would have been president in like 2060 or something.
Oh yeah, I guess he would have been 34. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been 1 year too young to be vice president under JD Vance, but he definitely would have been a future president, to your point.
Yeah,
I think.
All right, now, so here's my thought. So Isaac will tell you, and a lot of Republicans will say, Gen Z is super based. They're so conservative now. No, they're not, guys. They are not principled in the slightest bit. They just fucking hate the system, and they hated Joe Biden.
It's just rebel.
Men are, the women aren't.
Correct. So they may be on our side, but it's not out of principles. And if we don't get them on our side, the left is going to get them. They might be super based. They love socialism, though.
We have to stop this indoctrination of women, man. Like it's really
okay. Yes, we're talking Gen Z though right now though. So I'm sorry. I've done the polling. Says Mark Mitchell. TPUSA is great. and it's reaching people, but is nowhere near enough. So don't say it's the answer to our troubling Gen Z. Why does he call them troubling? Zoomers have been robbed of a lot of things, and they really want to belong to something. That's why they're pretty susceptible to the liberal psyops. Trump only did well with them because they hate the system. Trump has to make big moves to save/revolutionize this system, or they're going to end up becoming commies. He uses those strong arm tactics. He saves America, has the balls, or JD Vance following him up. He will have Gen Z. They will become the most based generation. If he doesn't, if he fails and the left gets them, they will be the end of Western civilization. ABF, you like you had some thoughts?
If you were Gen Z and you started saving for a house in, say, like 2018, 2019, the savings that you didn't mean anything because you still need to do double what you thought. Like that's how much house prices have actually gotten up.
I'll say this:
they cannot
it's the same
own
for
homes.
millennials. Like there are a lot of millennials that also see that, because some of us started saving in like 2012, 2011, 2010, and it still wasn't enough. So we had to find ways to get more to be able to get things. And it may not have been the path that we thought we were going to take, but there are some of us that are on the middle to later end of the millennial generation that feel the exact same way.
Some millennials can make it, but Gen Z has been priced out of their own future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Magnum, you've been all right. Go ahead, David.
I was going to say, just look at, like a couple of basic things. Like they want to own a home, they want to own a car, stuff like that. It's just too expensive. They're going to start turning to these ideas of socialism to try to, put rules, regulations, and stuff like that to make those things happen for themselves. And it's going to be misguided.
Yeah. It's important to get across to them that socialism is what caused us to get to where we are today. So one of the first things that I think that we need to fucking strip out of the government is Social Security.
So one thing
I am not a fan of Social Security.
One thing I think Trump is doing correctly is bringing manufacturing back to the United States. So once manufacturing comes back, if he can bring manufacturing back here, then we can get the middle class can be built up again. And then we can actually have people that actually get a paycheck and understand the difference between paying taxes and sitting on your punk ass.
He's stopping the illegals, and he's stopping the H-1Bs, and he's putting a huge cap on all of the asylum seekers.
But
so
you know what would actually be the best thing financially for the United States to do for the American people to get them to understand is completely end all federal withholding. That way, every tax season, somebody has to write a check for the money that they owe to the government, rather than the government just kept it. Like, write the check so that you see how much taxes you're paying.
That's
never going to happen.
Well,
and Social Security, there's a reason they don't touch Social Security, and it's because olds vote. So your idea against Social Security, any party who gets rid of Social Security will never exist again.
I know it's not going to exist. I'm just saying it's
a bad idea.
Too many people are voting. Too many people are voting for the government to give them money, and fuck that, man. Like, if the government's giving you money, and you're voting for that, like you're not contributing to society. You're a net negative, right?
Yeah, all I'm saying is if you don't pay income tax, you should not be allowed to vote. Now let's get on to
voting
the corrupt.
At all. Yeah.
Let's get on to the corrupt judges.
Yes.
Who agrees this needs to happen here in America? Elon does 1,000%. Nayib Bukele. So he did the strong arming. He did turns out you can just do things. Javier Milei did it quite well in Argentina. Bukele's like, you know what? I'm just going to end crime by, you guessed it right, arresting the criminals and being harsh on the criminals. If you don't impeach the corrupt judges, you cannot fix the country. He ran into a lot of these problems too. But turns out you can just do things. They will form a cartel, a judicial dictatorship like they have in Brazil, and block all reforms, protecting the systemic corruption that put them in their seats. This is going to be a big one. Nothing is ever going to get done with all these federal judges just stepping in where they do not belong. The only federal court in the country required by the Constitution is the Supreme Court. Every other federal court is created by and accountable to Congress. Why isn't the Republican House majority impeaching every single one of these rogue Democrat federal judges? Because the Republicans are fucking weak and they work for the other side.
Paid by George Soros, who should be an international terrorist.
Correct. Let's start with that. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead
he
and
is.
kick him and his son out of the country and freeze all of their assets. That
They've
sounds like
already
a
been
great place
kicked
to
out of
start,
13 other countries. We might as well kick them out of this one too.
including their home country.
We're finally coming around with the George Soros stuff, because I remember like around 2020, you try to talk to somebody about, where some of this money comes from, and they just roll their eyes and, they look at you like you're talking about hollow earth theory or something like that. They don't take you seriously. But now we have actually BLM suing George Soros, and like Alex Jones was right.
BLM is suing the Tides Foundation, which is one of George Soros's main foundations.
Frogs are gay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is he a big part of? Judicial tyranny, getting all the DAs in. The man who attempted to assassinate Brett Kavanaugh, Supreme Court justice, was sentenced to just 8 years in prison by Biden-appointed judge, white woman. She considered fact that he now identifies as a woman into giving him a lower sentence. And was said something about how it was really good that he tried to kill a Supreme Court justice, because now his family accepts that he's trans, and so that's good.
Yeah, his family also has come out and said that they believe that he can be a valuable member to their community, so his sentence should be shortened.
So men and women are equal, correct? Why do they not get equal sentencing?
No, okay. Here's something to remember. This is a person who called the cops on themselves and said, I'm going to, after Brett Kavanaugh, and I also am having painful thoughts. I'm trying to be careful. But they called the cops on themselves at a payphone on the way to Brett Kavanaugh's house.
Well, they basically just walked up to the security guard and said, arrest me.
I have self-deletion thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have the president. Okay, so now we got troubles at DOJ. Elizabeth Yusi plans to defy the president and reject charges against Letitia James. This bitch has the most in-your-face, obvious mortgage fraud case. And this bitch tries to say there is no evidence of it and is going to throw the fucking case on purpose. So then Trump's threatening to fire her. So they're going to act like he's a tyrant and, he's going after his political enemies because this fucking bitch is just rubbing her criminality in everyone's faces. And I swear to God, if Letitia James doesn't face any sort of justice, there's no solving this at a ballot box or peacefully or legally.
The level of criminality that's been displayed is just unbelievable,
And it's in your face, and they rub it in your face. Now,
to quote the Emperor from Star Wars, do it.
Do it.
So
fire her.
We talked about Todd Blanche. He's the deputy AG. The deputy AG is the one that actually runs the DOJ, similar to the deputy FBI director. They're the ones that actually run it, whereas the heads, the secretaries, they are just the faces of. Like, they are actually the ones supposed to be doing like the Fox News hits and stuff like that. And this guy, it seems to be some trouble. Alex was calling him out, and that was because he
look at him.
No, that's not who this is. This isn't Todd Blanche.
Okay.
This is the guy. This is Peter Tickton, which is one of Trump's one of his personal lawyers, and Todd Blanche was also one of his personal lawyers, a fucking Democrat. Yeah. So Trump put in a fucking Democrat in charge of the DOJ essentially. So this guy was calling him out. Made a big stink about it. The guy Todd Blanche also squashed Alex Jones' the whole investigation into the weaponization of the government against him that Ed Martin was carrying out. Basically, they're trying to get rid of Ed Martin, the only one actually trying to hold some of these people accountable, including Letitia fucking James. And so Matt Gaetz. So I was a big Matt Gaetz supporter when I'm like, yeah, let's go Matt Gaetz. No one else was talking about it, and then they were like, oh, sorry. We're not going to do you. Oh, you don't have your congressional seat anymore. And I was like, the only one talking about it. And then finally everyone went on their hate Pam Bondi train and, Matt Gaetz would have been better. And I tried to point out Matt Gaetz would have been the exact fucking same. So This is Matt Gaetz' thoughts on Todd Blanche. This is absolutely false. Todd Blanche is a patriot and has been standing with President Trump for years now, in the courtroom and now at the DOJ. I'm in contact with folks at the Justice Department, and Todd is the reason so many great things like the Antifa terror designation have happened. By the way, he hired a J6er. He's no squish. So if you want to blame this all on Pam Bondi and you think Matt Gaetz would have been better, we would be in the exact same situation with Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz is a politician through and through. You know, he's a good one. He's a right-wing politician, but at the same time, he's basically the male version of Pam Bondi. My opinion.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Not entirely, but partially.
All right. Roger Stone. When I was arrested in the Russian collusion frame job, the FBI seized my cell phone, my laptop, and both my computers, blah, blah, blah. He's wondering why James Coney didn't have his stuff seized, why he didn't get perp walked like him, which is fair. We all wanted to see the James Comey perp walk. Turns out there was supposed to be a perp walk. And the person who was supposed to perp walk and didn't got shit canned, and now they're trying to defend that person by claiming that DOJ policy prohibits perp walks in which arrestees are paraded before the cameras.
Crazy. It's never been prohibited before. That's wild.
The FBI literally contacts CNN so they can show up at the people's houses for the perp walks.
Just like they did with Roger Stone. They were there 2 hours before the raid took place.
So Kash Patel, MSNBC, still an ass clown factory of disinformation. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to start using ass clown factory.
I love it.
Same circus animals that slobbered all over perp walks of Stone, Navarro, Bannon. MSNBC has no facts, no audience. In this FBI, follow the chain of command or get relieved. So there was supposed to be a Comey perp walk, and they refused to do it because the corruption is top to fucking bottom. Hate it?
For the first time ever, I want a state-run media just so that we can have the government put cameras outside of people's houses whenever they're getting perp walked. Fuck it. The Trump administration would have been like, yeah, throw some cameras out there. We'll just broadcast it. Why not?
So Roger Stone obviously was a little pessimistic. And then Donald Trump called him, and he was on Alex's Today, and he was quite a bit more positive. Donald Trump insisted that people who were engaged in a seditious conspiracy should face justice, and it will happen. So he's been quite negative about if any of them were going to actually face justice. But after the talk he had with Trump, because Trump obviously saw he wasn't doing very positive, so he, gave him a nice little call. And now Roger, he didn't want to say who he had the call with, but it was obviously Trump, and he's optimistic. So whether or not these people are actually going to face real justice, Trump is going for it. Trump is for real, and there's going to be a lot more than just James Coney.
Yeah, I think we need to give him time because it's only been 1 year.
Not even.
He's doing things incredibly fast, yes, but we need him done even faster because we are in such a crazy position.
We need millions of people deported. Millions. Tens of millions.
I mean, they've already deported millions, but there are things that they need to fix.
No, they haven't. It's only like tens of thousands
of the United States.
We need to restructure the whole shit. On.
Yes, but we need more support to be able to get away, to be able to do it. Because if we do it with the current support, it's going to be a very messy civil war.
What Doge uncovered they need to take that and destroy what it's uncovered.
Yes, well, the arrest of Comey is a positive,
but then the judges stop it.
The
system is the system for a reason. And there's a reason it stayed in place for so long.
It take forever to get rid of these damn commies because it took them 30, 40 years to get in there in the first place. And we need another presidency and another presidency to get rid of it. So yes,
and it's very easy to destroy, very difficult to build. ABF, you got any thoughts rolling around?
No. Just wait and see, I guess.
Excellent. So, the ADL. Sorry, you aren't going to be working with the FBI anymore. Sorry, James Comey, you wrote love letters to the ADL and embedded FBI agents with them. A group that ran disgraceful ops spying on Americans. That era is over. This FBI won't partner with political fronts masquerading as watchdogs. Fucking
Nice.
beautiful. And as always, there's a Charlie Kirk tweet to go with it. Whatever was in the past, today the ADL is a hate group that dons a religious mask to justify stoking hatred of the left's enemies. I believe in the First Amendment and free speech as a principle, regardless of what the law says. I don't want to ban anyone's speech, but the ADL has no place extorting X, Twitter, or any other social media companies. This is my thought on the Democrat Party. I don't want to ban them. But you have no place in a free society. Nor should it dictate to federal law enforcement agencies what hate speech is. The ADL itself is America's #1 purveyor of hate speech, and the SPLC is #2. We will get them to them in a moment. ABF, any thoughts on getting the ADL out of our government?
No, they've been an enemy of the people for a long time, and you can't trust them with the, what is or isn't hate speech either, because they'll just change the definition of it, and that's why the only way to fight back against the ADL is just be a freaking First Amendment absolutist. So
Charlie Kirk, all right, he dies. What's the first thing the DOJ is going to do? Well, maybe we'll do some anti-Jewish hate speech laws. Maybe it's like motherfuckers every time, guys. But then there was a big stink, and they walked it back. So there's a reason to make a stink. Why do the ADL and SPLC no longer working with the government? Because a big old stink got made. Elon Musk really, really helped with that stink.
Well,
Moving on.
I like what ABF said earlier is dangerous freedom, right? So we live in a world of dangerous freedom, and I would choose that over slavery.
Every time.
And yeah, there are going to be some racists. There are going to be some crazy people. But you all kind of just whatever,
Wait, I never saw Seabrew Kane gave an arm for Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that was back when I said that I was all behind Kyle Rittenhouse. Apparently, I get both my arms for that. So.
Sorry, I missed that, Seabrew. All right, so SPLC, they're the ones I really hate. They're basically just like an intelligence agency. They're used similar to like the Steele dossier. It's just for laundering lies and attacking the left's enemies. When I talk about how they've been attacking the right forever, this is one of the left's ways to attack the right. SPLC long ago abandoned civil rights work. It never was civil rights, just like ADL was never about anti-defamation. It was about protecting Jewish pedos. Civil rights work and turned into a partisan smear machine. Their so-called hate map has been used to defame mainstream Americans and even inspired violence. We'll get into that. That disgraceful record makes them unfit for any FBI partnership. In April, during our anti-Christian bias panel, I made it clear that the FBI will never rely on politicized or agenda-driven intelligence from outside groups, and certainly not from the SPLC, and all ties have officially been terminated, which is beautiful. Let's get into the SPLC. If you search for Stephen Miller, first thing that comes up is Southern Poverty Law Center trying to get him murdered, just like Gavin Newsom. I believe Stephen Miller currently has the biggest target on his back after Charlie. As a reminder, when the FBI went after Catholics, it used SPLC articles as their probable cause for placing us under federal surveillance. Just like during Russiagate, they used fake news stories as probable cause when they were the ones planting the fake news. The SPLC already directly inspired a mass shooting at the Family Research Council. The shooter bought Chick-fil-A sandwiches to smear on the bodies. I think he only killed a security guard. Steve Scalise shooter at the Republican baseball game was an SPLC follower. When I say label them domestic terrorists and make it so they can't exist in this country, it's not being a tyrant, it's not being a fascist, it's because I just want the normal laws applied to this terrorist organization, this international crime group, these foreign fucking agents. Fuck all of them. I'm not asking for any new law. Get these fucks out of here for their goddamn sedition. Make an example out of them, or they're going to secede from the country and start a goddamn civil war.
It's almost like stochastic terrorism is a thing that happens, and it's been created by a fucking anti-American group of people that have been here for decades.
Well,
since the 60s.
That's the thing, is that like everybody in the US that actually cares about the country needs to understand that the people that are causing us all the problems, they're Marxists. They've infiltrated our institutions for hundreds of years at this point. They've always fucking been around. And then it got the name Marxism a little while back. And But those are the people that need to be told. Yeah, you're
Arrested.
not allowed to be
No,
part of
it's very simple. Mom Donnie, they ask, "Are you a communist?" He goes, "I'm not a communist. I'm a democratic socialist." Arrest that man.
That's Marxism.
The DSA are definitely a big part of the Antifa network, of the far left paramilitary, Democratic Socialist America. You need to be banned. You need to be arrested and investigated.
It's a new word for communist.
Marxism.
DSA is just a commie gobbledygook is what it is.
It's communist light.
Fuck
diet
commie. No, it is. Yeah, democratic socialism. It literally, it's commie light. It's
you vote your way into it.
Communism
is
just Marxism.
Yeah, well, it's just
different name.
It's communism, but people hate it, so we're gonna call it a different name. And kids, Gen Z, the system screwed up. I know how to save it. We won't tell you we're the ones that screwed it up to begin with. And now you live in a commune. Mom Donnie wants to buy. Mom Donnie wants New York City to buy up apartments and create communes.
Well, they
Straight
never
through jail.
implemented communism correctly, you know.
Yeah, we need the right person.
That's why all the people starved.
The term communism is fucking stupid because it's just Marxism, and we can all agree that all Marxists.
Capitalism. Everyone needs to stop using the term capitalism because capitalism was coined by Marx.
My dad doesn't know what Marxism
term for
is.
free market economy.
I'm going to keep calling them commies. All right. Now, the only mention of Antifa by the SPLC was them getting designated a domestic terror organization recently. That's fucking it. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and arrest all of them and freeze their money. For those that don't know, SPLC has estimated like half of 300, like hundreds of millions of dollars offshore. For money laundering and like their intel agency like services, essentially. Yeah, they need to have they need to be deeply investigated and have all of their money frozen. Fuck all of them. We got
because they're Marxists. Yeah,
one last one. Yeah, but normies don't know what Marxism is, and then and if you're trying to be more specific, people will say, "Well, it's actually not Marxism; it's actually Maoism."
And you tell those people to fuck off because it's all Marxism.
Well, all the people who tell me not to call them commies, I'm going to tell them to fuck off, and I'm just going to keep calling them commies because it's far more effective. It's like saying woke. Well, it's actually not woke. Well, that's what everyone knows, and it's super effective. And you're trying to keep me from using the effective term.
Worst statement ever is like,
I'm not trying to keep you. No. Hold on. I'm not trying to keep
my
you from
shirt's
using an effective
not going to
term.
say fuck Marxist.
What I'm doing is going,
say fuck
hey,
commies.
let's go to the bottom of the hole, and I'll show you where the real problem is.
I'm not a communist, but believe in all this socialism.
A Marxist, a socialist, whatever. It's all Marxism.
But the problem isn't Marxist. The problem are the globalists. It's not even Marxism. They just use that as a front. So if we're going to the final hole, it's not even Marxism. The final hole is Luciferianism.
It's global commie, and
global homo.
It's all Marxism.
I like Michael Savage's name for him, Pan-Leninist, global Leninist. I always like that one. ABF, this is my big pet project. Now that we got ADL and SPLC, 3 months ago, James Comer referred Act Blue to the DOJ for prosecution, and we haven't heard a word about it since. Now, Act Blue is on track to raise $3 billion this year. Act Blue, I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm going to yell, fuck commies, until people start talking about it. Do you agree we need to focus on Act Blue?
Yeah, I do, because I believe that I was actually a victim of it. If I look up my own name, it shows my city with my name donating to Act Blue. It was only like $3 or something like that.
Oh,
and I'm like, why in the hell is that happening?
Yeah. You're a part of their conspiracy. That's when Kamala started and they're like, she got record small dollar donations. That's how they do the money laundering, is they do $2 and $3 donations many times through someone else's name.
On top of that, I was at a Panda Express and I checked out with my credit card, and on the little device, glued to the counter or whatever, it said, do you want to donate to a charity? And I said, no. And it says, are you sure you don't want to donate to Act Blue? And I'm like, wait, what are you serious? And they knocked that shit off really quick, but I was able to see that. I experienced it.
Arrest them all, freeze their money. Hayden, did you have thoughts?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say where ABF lives in Arizona. Like it was one of the places that was heavily watched, and they thought a lot of just weird shit was going on over there
Mhm.
as far as voting went, as far as donations
fuck
went.
yeah.
And Act Blue was a big group involved in a lot of that.
It's the one funneling all the money, doing all the money laundering, breaking all of the election finance, like campaign finance laws.
Arizona's election was so fucked, man. It's crazy.
Act Blue will donate money and then just pick a random name and address to attribute it to, so that it's not coming from an organization, it's coming from a person. And that's where, like ABF was saying, they get their small dollar donations.
And they'll do it like 1,000 times in a year.
Yeah, they also will brag that they have the most small, amount donors and stuff like that. But when I saw that James O'Keefe video back in the day when it first came out, I was half expecting him to like come to my house because I was like, "Holy shit, I was one of these people."
That's my neighborhood.
See, small more than how Kamala Harris is winning this. Winning the small donors battle. Yeah, right here. All of this propaganda was Act Blue laundering money in other people's names.
Yeah, they spin that as like we represent the little guy more because they can't even afford. But look, they're donating to us.
That and then all of the election theft. Those two things alone ban the Democrat Party. But they're literally straight up starting insurrections, going full civil war, not cooperating with federal law enforcement. All of those things on top of it. Ban the Democrat Party. That is the moderate solution.
Minnesota is so fucked because they have all of these foreign criminals and they're flooding the ballot box with just like fake ballots. They even caught a dude with like 500 ballots.
Chinese are definitely
a part of
the fake ballot printing.
The Somalians are just like flooding their cars with fake ballots, and like it's just because it benefits the Democrat Party. That's why they're
the Somalis. Every time you get one of those like minority communities, they all get together and 100% steal all the elections with ballot stuffing and all of that, faking names, everything. All right,
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. All I'll say is I'm glad that Texas is sending the National Guard into Illinois, and it could eventually become a northern part of our state, but we'll see.
That'd be cool. Because my aunt's from both Illinois and Texas.
Listen, people from Dallas say that Dallas is North Texas. I'm from closer to the Panhandle of Texas. I call that North Texas. So we've got our own disputes going on. So if we just made Illinois North Texas.
Illinois is super based outside of Chicago.
That's what I keep hearing.
Based. Dude, they sold more guns in Illinois than any state in the union.
Yeah, they sell a lot of Glocks.
No, but I mean, like Illinois is just extraordinarily based outside of Chicago.
All right, and we got some outros to do. We get one more super chat in here. I got some Sydney Sweeney Medusa for you.
Oh,
ABF,
really?
What you got going on after the stream?
After this stream, I am going to be fighting the Russians and the PLR and Battlefield 3 campaign.
Okay, I assumed it was the campaign.
It looks so good.
I was like, he's playing Battlefield. Wait a minute.
It's a 15-year-old game, but doesn't feel like the Gears of War 15 years old, if you know what I mean. So, but yes,
you guys. Real quick,
join me over on my channel. A lot of people don't realize, but that's my second my second channel, which is a gaming channel, Gaming with ABF. I'm at like 180 subs right now. I'm trying to get to 200 here pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Magnum will be on Saturday on my show, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent. And you're going to watch some Gachi Octa?
Oh, yeah. I watched the first couple of episodes. I'll watch a little bit more again, for sure.
Hayden, what you got going on?
No, I was just going to ask, have you guys seen the trailer for the Battlefield campaign for Battlefield 6?
Mm-hmm.
I saw whatever the new trailer is. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. The new one. Oh, it looks good. It looks fun. Like, that's what I thought ABF was talking about. And I was like, wait, what? You're gonna play that, and you were like, "Oh yeah."
I want to play Battlefield 3 campaign and the Battlefield 4 campaign before 6 comes out. So,
okay, yeah, that's fair. The 6 campaign, the trailer looks fucking awesome, and I was on the fence as to whether I was gonna buy it or not, and then I watched that campaign, and I was like, "Oh, I'll definitely get the game," and then yeah, maybe I'll play the multiplayer, but yeah, no, I'm not doing anything at the moment. I might be. I'm currently reading a 1,000-page Google document about VTuber drama.
VTuber drama. We might get a Hayden video soon, guys.
Ask ChatGPT to condense it for you.
No. No. I want to read all of it because I read all of the other shit that came out, and I'm like, oh, I'm going in. I was actually messaging Dermy earlier, and he was like, I'm never going to play a video game again because all I'm going to do is talk about this.
Charge you tax or something?
Yeah. It's like, I might actually make a video again.
All right. Appreciate you all so darn much. Political Stream is now going to be every other Tuesday. And we're going to go ahead and...
Get a what?
Like literally about to hit the outro. Not that I'm complaining, but ABF went and did a thing to this. Oh, and saw this on YouTube featured. Well, then I guess we got to hang out. All right, we got a little more politics I saved for you guys. Sydney Sweeney as Medusa. Should we send a champion to go kill her, or maybe we just let her exist? She's not hurting anyone, right?
I don't. I think it's okay to be turned into stone, but
it just gets me rock hard.
I was gonna say,
how are you gonna frame it? I think mine did pretty good. I didn't know where I was going, but
I was gonna say she's gonna turn something to stone.
Okay, yeah. I think mine won that one.
Listen, she only turns you to stone if you look into her eyes. I'm not able to do that. So
good point.
She's the reason my lotion bottle is empty.
Oh my god.
Because her scaly skin, or
that's why she looks so smooth.
Yeah, that's because yeah.
So my thought is her Medusa. You think, oh, don't stare at her eyes, but it's actually if you stare at her boobs, you turn to stone. So stare at her boobs through a shiny shield. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, Medusa definitely got it right. You know.
Hashtag Medusa did nothing wrong. We got some clips though. Do you want Civil Wars? That's how you get Civil Wars.
Oh, is that what you want?
Yup.
Because that's how you get ants.
Yay!
It's true.
All right, now we are going to be visiting Moxie Dame's channel. She's doing some AI dungeoning, so we're not going to do a big outro or anything. We're going to do a little more. For those of you who weren't here for Jake Martin's Woot sticker, you guys have a chance. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the supers and gifties. ABF slipping a 50 nuke in while I'm about to hit end stream. Appreciate you, you mad lad. Make sure you go watch him play some Battlefield 3 here in a bit. And reminder, 2 weeks from now, we'll do another one of these. Going to start 30 minutes early. I'll do my best to remind you guys. Appreciate you so damn much. And Jake Martin, a woot to you.
Attract customers.